The first year, River asked every Sunday morning before anyone had even made breakfast.
Mom, can I use your phone? I want to call Nana.
Inara would smile and dial, and River would take the phone and talk for as long as anyone would let her. About her new bedroom, about the girl at school who might become a friend, about how the trees here looked different and the air smelled different, and nothing felt quite right yet, but she was trying. Nana would listen the way she always had, fully, without rushing her.
"Tell me everything, baby,"
she'd say, and River would. Some Sundays, River would describe something small, a funny thing that happened at lunch, a bird she'd seen on the way home that she didn't know the name of, and Nana would treat it like it was worth every second of her attention. She never sounded tired. She never sounded far away. She just sounded like Nana, which was the closest thing to home River had out here. And so River held on to those Sunday calls the way you hold on to something that keeps you from floating off entirely. The second year, the calls stretched to every 2 weeks, then once a month. It wasn't a decision. It was just what happened when you found your footing, when the girl at school who might become a friend became Kaylee, who became her person, who knew everything about her by December, when the neighborhood stopped feeling foreign and started feeling like hers, when the days filled up on their own, quietly and without announcement. River still thought about Nana, still meant to call. The intention was always real, but she was settled now, and the homesickness that had made those Sunday calls feel necessary had quietly dissolved into the ordinary texture of her days. She didn't need them the same way anymore. That was its own kind of distance, even if it didn't feel like one at the time. She was 13 when the rhythm of the house changed in that particular way. Kaylee at the door on Saturday mornings, plans that materialized out of nowhere and needed to be acted on immediately. The sense that her own life had gotten louder and faster and was pulling her forward whether she was ready or not. Sometimes Inara would be on the phone in the kitchen and River would pass through, backpack already on, and glance over.
Is that Nana?
Inara would nod.
Hi, Nana. Love you.
Already moving toward the door, already somewhere else. It was around this time that her mother started appearing in the doorway on Sunday afternoons with that particular look.
River? You should call Nana. It's been a while.
River would look up from whatever she was doing.
I will. I'm just finishing this.
She meant it. She went back to her work, and the afternoon moved on the way afternoons do. And by evening, it was late, and she told herself she'd call in the morning. Then she didn't. Then the week filled up the way weeks do. School, Kaylee, the particular consuming business of figuring out who you are. And by the time the next Sunday came, there was something else. And the call kept landing just outside the week, just outside the month, always close and never quite arriving. When River did call, Nana answered the same way she always had, warm and immediate, like no time had passed at all, like she'd just been there, needle and thread in hand. She never said, "It's been so long," or, "I was wondering when you'd call." She just said, "There she is," and meant it. And River would feel a rush of something warm and slightly guilty that she couldn't quite name. And they would talk for a little while, and River would hang up meaning to call again soon. Soon always took longer than she planned. At 15, River spent a week at the beach with Kaylee's family. Her mother's voice followed her to the door.
Call Nana before you leave.
I'll call her when I get back. I promise.
She believed herself completely. She always believed herself. Once she was back, the call never happened. There was chores, and then there was Kaylee, and then there was the comfortable, convincing busyness of being 15 with somewhere to be. Eventually, the silence got long enough that her mother noticed.
River, have you had a chance to check in with Nana lately?
Oh, tell her I'll call this weekend.
She didn't. Not because she didn't love her. She loved her the way you love something that has always been there, the way you never think to examine the ground beneath your feet, because it has simply never failed to hold you. Nana was constant, a soft and certain presence that had been there before River could remember. There was always going to be more time, next weekend, next month. Once things settle, which they never quite did, because that is not how time works. At 16, the days came fast and full and immediate. Exams. Kaylee. The part-time job she picked up at a clothing store on weekends, and saving whatever she could toward the trip she and her friends had been planning for almost a year. Europe. 3 weeks. The summer before grade 12. The thing shimmering at the end of all the work. The things she and Kaylee talked about in the way you talk about something that feels both real and slightly miraculous. They had a list. River had the list folded in her desk drawer and sometimes took it out just to look at it. Nana lived somewhere in the background of all of it. Thought of sometimes, when River smelled something baking or passed a fabric shop with bolts of cloth in the window, or woke from a dream she couldn't quite hold on to. Called rarely, loved genuinely. The Europe trip was 4 months away. River had a shift tomorrow and an exam on Thursday, and a whole bright, loud life arranged in front of her like it would simply go on this way, full and forgiving and always, always offering more time.